Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent, your narrator for tonight. Settle into a comfortable spot as we embark on an enchanting journey into the realm of a hidden archive, where books whisper the secrets of old. Tonight's story invites you into a quaint, candlelit library tucked away in a forgotten corner of the world. It is here, in this tranquil, dust-kissed haven, that we follow the gentle tale of a solitary librarian, meticulously arranging books whose tales, once thought lost, are just waiting to be discovered. Picture this: moonlight streaming through aged windows, casting a silvery glow upon towering shelves of tome-laden wood. The subtle scent of parchment and ink dances on the air, and the quiet stillness is broken only by the soft rustle of pages turning. Our tale takes us to a place where time seems to pause, urging us to wander gently along the worn paths of history, as treasures long hidden come to light in the library's embrace. As we prepare to explore this magical archive, I want to hear from you, our cherished listeners. What books hold a special place in your heart, and why? Whether it's a childhood favorite or a recent discovery, share your stories with us. Start a conversation in the comments section, and let's dive into the joy of reading together. If you enjoy tonight's tranquil escape, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications. This way, you'll always be one of the first to know when a new story is ready for you, offering a gentle reprieve from the day's worries. Before we delve into the hidden archive, let us take a moment to unwind. Close your eyes and breathe in deeply through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs fully. Then, exhale slowly, imagining the tension releasing with each breath. Inhale once more, then exhale, letting your cares melt away. With one final deep breath in, allow your mind to sink further into relaxation as you release the breath. Now, in this peaceful mindset, let us open the door to our story. As the creak of the door echoes softly, you can almost feel the warmth of the library wrapping around you. Listen closely. Those books are calling gently, awaiting our presence to uncover their timeless tales. Allow your imagination to guide you as we step inside the hidden archive and begin our adventure. In a secluded corner of the world, nestled like a secret between the tall, swaying trunks of ancient trees, lay a hidden archive. This place was unknown to most, but for those who discovered it, the archive offered solace and the gentle peace of unhurried time. The paths leading here were covered with a lush weave of ferns, their fronds unfurling under the delicate blanket of morning fog that kissed the forest floor. It was a world in soft focus, where the whisper of leaves in the breeze spoke in tones only nature could script. Mina, a gentle soul with a lively curiosity, had found her way to this place through whispers carried by the wind and stories from elders in her village. Her heart called her to explore, seek, and understand the quiet mysteries of the world around her. With each step, she felt a deepening connection, not just to the physical path beneath her worn shoes, but to an invisible thread weaving through the forest's every heartbeat. The light shimmered through the notches of the canopy above, dappling the ground in patterns of light and shade. Mina marveled at how the sunlight played here, dancing softly on the textured bark of towering oaks and the glossy surfaces of leaves freshly kissed by dew. Her journey to the hidden archive was not merely a walk, but a communion with the forest, each element speaking to her in a language as old as the earth itself. Mina paused to rest on a moss-covered log, the cushiony green gently yielding under her weight. Breathing deeply, she closed her eyes and let the earthy, rich aromas envelop her senses. As she sat there, lulled by the rhythmic song of a nearby babbling brook, thoughts began to float gently through her mind, each one as light as a leaf on water. It was here, amidst the tranquility, that she began to envisage what wonders awaited her in the archive. Tomes filled with forgotten wisdom, stories waiting to be rediscovered, and the timeless joy of arranging them anew. The path ahead promised a tapestry of discovery. Mina felt a flicker of anticipation unfurl within her as she stood, brushing stray leaves from her clothes. The woods stretched out like a canvas of infinite shades of green and brown, each promise hidden in a curve or shadow. With renewed energy, she continued onward, tracing the faint memory of they who had traveled this trail before. Mina realized that each step brought her closer, not just to a physical destination, but to a deeper understanding of the lore that surrounded and shaped these woods. She had become part of the story, a living thread in the fabric of this place. Only a few more turns, and her patience would be rewarded with the sight of the hidden archive, a cherished idea finally taking concrete shape. The labyrinthine path unraveled slowly, each turn revealing deeper green shades and hidden passages. Mina continued her journey through the winding trails of the forest, her heart a steady pace with each gentle tread. Wisps of mist clung to the ground, draping the scene in a mysterious cloak of soft shadows and veiled beauty. This world felt like a painting too precious for time to mar, each day frozen with emerald precision. Her guide through the maze of trees was a series of peculiar landmarks. A twisted elm, whose branches reached like arms in a languid stretch, and a stone cairn, meticulously balanced as if designed by some playful forest spirit. These signposts, known only to those with a perceptive eye, marked the path and guided her through nature's embrace. As she traversed this enchanted woodland, Mina imagined stories for each landmark. The gnarled elm, perhaps once a tree under which ancient travelers rested, leaving behind tales of their own journeys. The cairn, a tribute from wanderers, now long merged with the earth. This joyous imagining kept her company and eased her passage, pulling her deeper into the forest's mysteries. Soon, the path trembled under her feet with signs of approaching change. The ground began to rise gently underfoot, leading her to a smaller clearing. Before her stretched an arch, formed from intertwining branches swaddled in moss and ferns, their velvet shades vibrant against the muted earth tones. This entry was a threshold, a sacred invitation to the hidden archive. Mina stepped through the archway, the mossy veil cool beneath her fingers as she lightly touched its tendrils. A rich scent of earth, mingled with the freshness of rain, filled her senses anew. The moment was solemn, marking the passage from the known to a world ready to reveal its secrets. On the other side, an unexpected tranquility welcomed her. The clearing beyond the arch opened onto natural stone steps, descending into a hidden alcove nestled against a steep hillside. This was the entrance to the archive, sheltered beneath layers of earth and foliage, a place of rest and reflection, untainted by time and untouched by haste. Once inside, Mina found herself in a dimly lit chamber. Though the sunlight was scarce, the room seemed to glow from within, illuminated by a serene presence that defied the absence of light. Stone shelves blended seamlessly with the earthen walls, each bearing volumes in varying states of age and decay. Never had her eyes beheld a library so modest, yet so profoundly rich. Mina felt a reverent hush settle around her. This hidden archive was more than a repository of books. It was a haven where stories slept and awaited waking. Quietly aware of her mission, she stood ready to embrace the gentle task of bringing order to this little realm, arranging books into a symphony of shared knowledge and forgotten lore. Mina stepped deeper into the sheltering cocoon of the hidden archive, her heart a gentle drum in the quiet hum of the chamber. The air, imbued with the scent of aged parchment and a lingering note of cedar, wove an intangible tapestry of history and wisdom around her senses. It was as if each book held not just words, but echoes of ancient voices forever whispering in the intervening silences. Soft pools of light danced across the chamber from strategically placed gaps in the earthen ceiling, creating a living mosaic on the stone floor. Mina's eyes traced these patterns as though reading a different kind of story, finding unexpected beauty in their shifting impermanence. Her steps were almost a dance, careful and precise, weaving her own path among the shelves. Taking her time, Mina moved to a promising shelf, its wooden planks twisted by time but still strong enough to cradle the wealth of knowledge it bore. Gently, she ran her fingers across spines, some embellished with fading gold leaf, others worn smooth by years of touch. The books seemed to hum with ages past, their texturing full of the journeys they had traveled. One book in particular caught her attention. Bound in soft, weathered leather, its cover bore a symbol Mina recognized: the Tree of Life, gnarled and grand, its roots intertwining fate. Lifting it with care, she cradled it as if holding the precious memory of a dream. Heavy with stories, the tome settled into her hands with a satisfying presence that spoke of promises within waiting to be fulfilled. She gently placed the book on a sturdy oak table, positioned against the wall, its worn surface inviting her to peruse its stories more closely. As she opened the tome, a small flurry of dust danced in the shafts of light, a brief celebration before settling back into the quiet repose. The pages within were filled with elaborate calligraphy, each letter connecting gracefully to the next, forming a symphony of words that sang a lyrical dance of centuries-old tales, stories of nature, of celestial movements, and of the spirits who lovingly shepherded the land into each new day. As she read, Mina found herself wrapped in the narrative, words weaving around her like the melody of a lullaby. Though much of the language was unfamiliar, Mina could almost feel the story's essence drawing her further into their world. Her fingers traced the parchment, delighting in the tactile experience of history, each page seeming to pulse with life, carrying the heartbeats of those who had written, read, and cherished these tales. A profound tranquility settled over Mina, as she realized that her task was not a mere chore, but a sacred duty, an opportunity to rekindle the light of knowledge obscured by shadows of time. Her heart brimmed with purpose, and she knew that arranging these books was akin to arranging the stars, each volume a point of light ready to guide those who followed. It was with this serene epiphany that she resumed her work, her spirit buoyed by the timeless promise alive within each story she touched. The hidden archive slowly revealed its treasures under Mina's attentive care. Each discovery, like a gentle breath of new life, stirred within its walls. With every book moved and every shelf reorganized, she unearthed small secrets of the past, inviting them back into the light and restoring them to their rightful order. The room's silence flowed around her, as timeless as the stories it housed. Venturing to the rear of the chamber, An alcove tucked away like a protected jewel beckoned her closer. Its secluded nature intrigued Mina. She felt as if it waited patiently for her gentle exploration. As she approached, the filtered light accented the stony creases of the shelves hidden within, each row cradling books far older and more fragile than those she had yet handled. Here, the tomes bore covers of faded, embroidered cloth, textiles that had once boasted vibrant hues now dimmed by the patina of time. Mina reached tentatively for one such bound treasure, her touch gentle as a breath upon the delicate fabric. The book, an anthology of poetry, invited her entry like the cherished serenade of nightingales. Its pages whispered against each other as she opened it, like the rustle of wind through distant grasses. The constellations of text within spoke in brief verses, the poetry an elegant dance of simplicity and depth. Each piece was a tribute to the simple beauty of life, vivid sketches drawn from the everyday, a drizzling rain, shadows stretching across fields, the soft smiles of shared understanding. Mina lingered over the stanzas, savoring the way each one resonated with truth and honesty, a testament to civilization's persistent fascination with the world around. As the words wove their quiet charm, she found her own spirit echoing their refrain, harmonizing thoughts with the silent simplicity of the empty room. She returned the book carefully, ensuring it rested in its rightful place, and her eyes wandered further into the alcove. Amidst the poetry and prose, Mina discovered a small box of trinkets nestled between the tomes, each item a testament to the connection between knowledge and memory. Intrigued by its unusual presence, she gently opened it to reveal a collection of bookmarks, each fashioned from myriad materials: feathers from birds long taken flight, pressed flowers caught in what seemed a timeless bloom, and pages from letters written yet never sent. Delight sparked in Mina's heart at these gentle artifacts, as they spoke not just of scholarship, but of the love with which every visitor to this place had cherished the books. These bookmarks were offerings to the archive, a timeless testament to those who had come, found connection, and left a piece of themselves in return. As she carefully returned the box to its corner, Mina knew that her connection to the archive was strengthening, woven through the curious fibers of exploration and discovery. This symbiosis with the knowledge before her filled her with quiet comfort, like a low chord resonating within an instrument, the gentle touch upon its strings reverberating a melody between herself and the stories cloistered within these ancient alcoves. Time passed seamlessly for Mina, each moment infused with purpose and quiet contentment as she crafted order from previously untended spaces. Her commitment to the hidden archive thrummed like a steady pulse, guiding her hands as she moved each book to its destined place within the embrace of the shelves. This gentle art of arrangement became her meditation, a calming ritual of elegant simplicity. She sorted the volumes, not just by age or topic, but by the resonance each created within her. The novels, histories, and poetry would sit alongside each other in a harmonious succession, bridging gaps of eras and emotions, allowing each to shine alongside its companions. Mina envisioned their placement as the flow of a river, the stories a continuous stream of thought meandering through the currents of wisdom and imagination. As she worked, Mina pondered the profound dialogue between readers and texts, and the subtle messages whispered through every work authored. Holding each tome like a cherished antique scholar might, she felt the energy of decades of readers coalescing, like the mosaic of petals that form a single, unified rose. Alongside the classification of subjects, Mina arranged the books to stir curiosity, to suggest new readings for those who may one day find their way into this dwelling. Her fingers moved deftly across the volumes, a sculptor shaping marble into fluid curves, intuitively guiding each book into place. She envisioned future guests pausing before a shelf, their eyes drawn to something undiscovered, turning pages and finding themselves anew within its reflections. A sense of companionship emerged as the shelves filled, each book finding its new home beside others it might only silently know. This was no mere task of tidiness. It was an orchestration, a setting right, a gathering of like minds, even if separated by distance and time. The gradual catalogue of the archive was accompanied by the music of the forest beyond, a harmony that slipped in through every chink and opening in the chamber walls. Birds shared their evening song, the rustle of small creatures created a percussion of life, and the world outside became part of the archive's own rhythm. Pausing in her task, Mina took a long, easy breath, the satisfaction of her endeavors warming the air around her. The act of arranging books in the hidden archive was a dance of balance and beauty, one that came to its own soft crescendo with every shuffling step and carefully placed volume. This was more than preserving. It was exalting the ingenuity and creativity of those who had come before, a torch passed on to the present day and awaiting hands yet to come. A sense of timelessness embraced Mina then, and she knew she did more than rearrange. She added her own silent story to the layers that echoed within these walls, a testament to presence, care, and the quiet love of the unending power of words. With each passing hour, the archive revealed more of its unspoken echoes, its layers of history brought to light under Mina's devoted attention. The gentle task of arranging slowly transformed into an act of discovery, each shift of a book revealing glimpses of the stories and lives that had woven themselves through the pages. In the quiet corners of the chamber, Mina unearthed volumes rich with the deep-hued varnish of age. Their pages, curling at the edges like autumn leaves, bore the marks of scholars' notations, the artful script of bygone generations gracefully set against the woven thread of hand-pressed paper. Each annotation whispered secrets of understanding and contemplation, hands that had marked knowledge and passed it lovingly along. Among these tomes lay a journal bound in worn leather, its pages yellowed with time, yet no less vibrant in the insights they held. Mina opened the journal with caution, its spine yielding willingly to discover the intimate recordings of a naturalist who had once traversed these very woods. As she read, images conjured by words unfurled before her mind's eye, sketches of plants, meticulous notes on the changing seasons, and the joyful recounting of avian songs that filled the air once upon a day. This journal, a tapestry of observation and wonder, drew Mina further into its intricate web, connecting her present to the naturalist's past. The shared love of the forest, of learning, and the precious rhythm of life mirrored her own sentiments, knitting a bond that transcended the years dividing them. The pages unfolded an understanding that, like the archive itself, there existed a continuum, that stories and knowledge lived on not just through paper, but through the hearts that welcomed them. Returning the journal to its resting place, Mina understood more profoundly the reason for her gentle task, to illuminate not just the stories themselves, but their capacity to link lives across time. Each book was a beacon, the sum of human curiosity, creativity, an enduring spirit, a pulse echoing out into the yawning expanse of tomorrow. As the sun tilted its celestial course, the golden light crept across the chamber, infusing the space with the warm glow of dusk. The stones glimmered under the touch of sunlight, carving rays onto the shelves and across the floor, creating a symphony of shadows and light. This sacred illumination marked time's passage and reminded Mina of the archive's role, an ever-present witness to the dance of day and night, the weaving of history into the present. Taking stock of these thoughts, a tranquil peace settled over Mina. Her love for the past stories was rekindled, and she felt once more the unyielding bond between the archive and nature's cycles. Her heart full, she knew that the hidden archive was not an ending point, but a starting ground, a nexus from which knowledge radiated outward like the sun's rays, enlightening those ready to seek it. The hidden archive existed in perfect harmony with its surroundings, each shadow and beam of light an integral part of the serene world it occupied. Mina could feel this balance as she moved through the chamber, breathing deeply of the tranquility that enveloped her like a soft, favorite blanket. Here, time seemed to fashion a softer edge, allowing her mind to drift gently as it explored the vastness of those quiet corners. The positioning of the books now complete, Mina felt a deep sense of satisfaction and contentment. Yet, her journey was not only about the physical task of arranging. It was an immersion into the essence of knowledge, of stories that danced in tandem with the natural world beyond the chamber's confines. The rhythmic symmetry in the play of shadow and light enhanced her connection to this tranquil space, holding her in an embrace that transcended the mere act of organization. As the sun dipped lower, its last golden rays stretched farther, threading their way through the gaps overhead and leaving elongated, gentle shadows in their wake. Mina's eyes followed the light play across the volumes, watching as it caressed each book spine with affectionate warmth. It was as if the sun had decided to whisper its own stories, a soliloquy performed in the dance of twilight, creating an ephemeral art only nature could craft. Drawing nearer to herself, Mina found the calm that accompanied this time in the company of shadows and light to be layered, full of rich complexities. It reminded her of the ways in which light and dark define each other in nature, how a forest at dusk is a mosaic of twilight silhouettes against a fading sky, the quiet between birdsong and night's insects a melody of peaceful abundance. Seated on a smooth, rock-hewn bench positioned against the wall, Mina let the calm enfold her. This place, with its earthen walls seemingly carved from the fabric of time itself, was an echo chamber of quiet delight. Here she was, part of something much greater, like the anchor points of a web stretching across the ages, holding together the weight of days past, while anticipating those yet to come. In this haven, where the boundaries of inside and outside blurred, the pleasant song of crickets gently rose in chorus to bid farewell to the sun. Nightfall drew near, the slow veil descending on the clearing beyond. Mina welcomed the twilight with a tranquil heart, knowing that even the approach of shadow carried its light, its own promise of dawn. Lost in this dusky awareness, Mina embraced the comfort laid before her. It was a reminder of how integral each moment of light and shadow was to the remarkable tapestry woven by the hidden archive. Mina allowed herself to carry this soothing realization, a lantern of understanding shedding warmth across the landscape of her dreams. With the settling of twilight, the hidden archive embraced the tender cloak of evening silence. Mina found herself nestled in this quietude, a part of the natural world's evening whisper as the air cooled and night folded gently around the secluded space. The day's warmth lingered as a memory, and the stones held the echo of its touch, a remnant of light captured in their depths. Mina's work had ebbed and flowed with the cadence of daylight, but now, as shadows stretched to their fullest reach, a renewed sense of stillness enveloped her being. She embraced this passage into night as a time of reflection, a period where even the most ardent of quests sighed into rest, where thoughts could drift like leaves on a pond at dusk. The chamber, gently illuminated by the silvery touch of moonlight filtering through veiled branches, seemed to breathe in tandem with Mina's own rhythmic inhalation, matching the gentle rise and fall of her chest. There was something divinely sacred in this soft luminescence, the way each hue shifted under the moon's guiding hand, creating gentle contours of light and shadow that danced in delicate symphony. In the calming clarity of this dreaming silence, her thoughts felt lighter, as if the archive itself lent an understanding unspoken by mere words. Mina's gaze turned within, pondering the gentle purpose that had drawn her to this place. Her heart knew that the unyielding orbit of knowledge carried life's inherent mysteries, some secrets revealed only to those who dared pause long enough to hear their whisper. As she sat in reverent stillness, the interplay of breeze and leaf sang softly outside, a lullaby composed by the earth herself. The cricket's song continued unabated, and for a moment, Mina found herself cradled in the tranquility of unity with all that surrounded her. The woodlands echoed a story not chronicled in books, an oral arcane passed from one generation of life to the next, the entire forest itself a living, breathing archive. Breathing deeply, Mina embraced the beauty of this region's ether, realizing that the hidden archive was both cradle and keeper of stories, its preservation entwined with an ecosystem's delicate balance. Here, she found wisdom in the silence, every creature and rustle contributing to the great symphony of life. Mina's senses attuned to the soft caress of air upon her skin, its quiet touch as intimate as a whispered promise between friends. Enfolded in silence and surrender, she allowed her spirit to drift within the cocoon of night, knowing that just beyond the twilight stretched the canvas of dreams awaiting their painter. Here was peace, unmoving and eternal. In the moonlit shadow of the hidden archive, the passage of time became a gentle dream, and Mina found herself lulled by the soft, abiding rhythm of night. Here, in a world cradled by the lullaby of crickets and the rustling caress of foliage, tranquility was her closest companion, cocooned safely in the chamber's embrace. Mina sat quietly, her thoughts marvelously weightless, as the continuity of time's passage faded into a quietly triumphant symphony. The day's discoveries had settled into their rightful places, like leaves bedded into soil, each thought melding seamlessly into the narrative fabric of her being. She sensed the essence of belonging, as if she were part of a story still being told, a living sequel to the tales held within the winding shelves. The gentle light of a lantern flickered beside her, a quiet sentinel in the gathering darkness, its glow a small mimicry of the greater light she carried within. Mina could feel the peace of conclusion woven from the strands of work completed and connections made, a balm for any lingering worries evaporated into moonlight's grace. Within her heart bloomed an understanding of the vastness within smallness, each gesture and care for these books fostering a greater world beyond what her eyes perceived. Her hands had lovingly joined the life threads of history and narrative, a testament to humanity's desire to endure, to transcend the limitations of momentary life and participate in the eternal dance of memory. Mina's thoughts roamed through the catalogued stories, as vibrant and deep as the velvet of the night itself. Each book was a star in this cosmic lattice of knowledge, and each whispered its own illumination across time's vast tapestry. Her heart swelled with the realization that she was both writer and reader, caretaker and inheritor, an irreplaceable part of the hidden archive's voyage. Feeling time itself pause to linger on this understanding, Mina rested back against the smooth stones, the night granting solace to all that had passed throughout the day. She carried the archive's voice within her, each word and melody lighting a path ahead, even as the physical shadows lengthened into their nocturnal garb. Embracing the comfort found in this gentle conclusion, Mina felt an unbounded tranquility envelop her senses. Her connection to the stories, to the archive itself, was indelible, a mark etched upon her spirit by the loving touch of parchment, ink, and time. Thus cradled within this peaceful certainty, Mina allowed her eyes to gently close, the gentle presence of the archive bestowing its serene blessing over her. She drifted, held aloft by the quietude, into sleep's embrace, where dreams rose to take their place among the stars. In the depths of serene slumber, Mina floated on the sea of dreams, woven lovingly from the threads of her day's journey. The hidden archive's gentle truths cradled her insubstantial form, guiding her softly over the hills and vales of memory's timeless landscape. As she dreamed, each pause in breath was a turning of a page, and every heartbeat rang with the cantata of stories long told and yet to unfold. She found herself amid a vast library, similar yet grander than the dim chamber she had left behind, its shelves spiraling into infinity. The books, each suffused with a luminescent glow of its own, sang gentle songs of wisdom, their melodies a soft undercurrent in the dreamscape of yearning knowledge. Mina, twirling gracefully within this realm, revered each note, each harmonious truth as she wove through labyrinthine aisles of her imagination. The warm light of understanding gently kissed Mina's dream self, its essence reminiscent of the sun's earlier shine. It traced the plains of the dreamlike architecture towering around her, made from stories' echoes cast into shimmering forms of all known and unknown. Each corner whispered secrets from ancient worlds, each loop a reminder that the journey of discovery remains perpetual, emboldened by wonder, driven by love. Beside her, the figures of her dreams issued forth from the tomes she had tenderly touched, their ghostly forms ephemeral as the breath of dawn. A queen of eldritch wisdom, a bard with tales of continents transformed by natural splendor, a youthful adventurer filled with bold courage. All presented themselves, offering shyly their guidance, their encapsulated experiences. They joined her, each adding grace to this dream parade. What lingered between wakefulness and slumber was a unity in diversity, a soft quilt of dreams crafted from diverse traditions, histories and cultures, interlaced with human emotion and nature's eternal rhythm. Mina understood the archive was not merely physical, but a dream shared by the countless souls who had glimpsed its contents, believed its promises, and propagated its truths through the threads of generations yet unspooled. As dreams danced around her consciousness, Mina embraced their rhythm, their seamless continuity, a balm that transcended the limits of time and spoke of love's enduring story. It was a place of peace and creativity, a cradle for both her envisioned world and memory's repository of quiet, resplendent evenings among the calming woods. And as the remaining moments of the night stretched forth like gossamer fibers of a web spun to catch starlight, Mina slipped deeper into the folds of dreams, her spirit enraptured by the melody of words and silence, past mingling with present as naturally as earth with sky. Held in the archive's embrace, Mina's tranquil dreams painted worlds tenderly furnished with insights, softly illuminated by an echo of moonlight. Wrapped warmly within this quilt, she continued her endless journey, a testament to love, connection, wisdom, and the gentle power of arranging books in a hidden archive.